Greetings from the city of brotherly love. I am Fernando Mendez, host of the Roundtable. We invite you to listen to our discussion of the themes of the day when we bring you regional, national, and international news. Señores oyentes de USA Radio, estamos aquí de nuevo con su programa La Mesa Redonda de Roundtable. Desde el corazón de la ciudad del amor fraternal, les habla Fernando Méndez, Dani Ramos controlando la máquina digital. Bueno, noticias de todo el mundo, algunas deprimentes. La más deprimente que acaba de llegar a través de la televisión, millones, tal vez billones de peces, de vida marina, de animales que viven en los mares, prácticamente cocinados por la temperatura del agua en el Pacific Northwest, el noroeste del Pacífico. Esa parte de Estados Unidos, allí en Oregon, estado de Washington, una parte muy hermosa de este país, una parte que siempre ha sido especial por el aire es más puro, la gente vive al aire libre prácticamente, les encanta pescar y cazar en los bosques y visitar las montañas, etc. Ahora, pues, este calor infernal, un récord, creo que vi por ahí, 137 esperan en California, en lo que llaman el Death Valley, Valle de la Muerte. Así que creo que el valle ese se merece el nombre. Una temperatura de 137 grados. Creo que la más alta temperatura en el mundo. Imagínense. El campeonato de fútbol, campeonato mundial de fútbol, el año próximo, en el 2022, será en Qatar, en donde temperaturas de 100 grados no son raras, y por lo tanto tuvieron que cambiar el horario de la Copa Mundial del verano de julio, lo pusieron en diciembre del 2022. Vamos a dar más información sobre eso en el futuro, pero creo que han construido estadios dentro de estas tiendas inmensas, estos toldos, carpas, como grandes circos gigantescos, en donde el espectáculo va a ser el fútbol. Hay hay amigos míos, hay conocidos, que están preparándose para ir a este infierno del calor, a Qatar, a ver el fútbol. Será muy interesante ver sus informes sobre lo que sucede allí. Bueno, y va a estar fuertísimo el asunto, porque, bueno, entre otras cosas, y aquí hay que hacer un recuento un poco histórico. Recuerden que en algún momento estos jefes de la jefes de la FIFA le dieron la copa a Rusia primero y segundo a Qatar. Qatar, en donde no había no hay ciudades, no había competencia de fútbol. Perdón. Allí no existe el fútbol, solamente existe en las expectativas del mundial. Qatar es un sitio muy caliente, es sobre un territorio desierto, es un desierto inmenso. Por lo tanto, se han visto obligados a construir eh, estos estadios dentro de estas grandes carpas. Pero recordemos que los conductores, los directores, alto mando de la FIFA, un montón de gente corrupta, no sabemos cómo, sospechamos que hubo un gran intercambio de dinero y quién sabe qué otras transacciones entre Vladimir Putin y estos directivos de la FIFA. Y quién sabe, los líderes de Qatar también deben haber puesto ahí unos cuantos milloncitos en los bolsillos de esta gente. Porque no se puede explicar cómo le van a dar esa competencia a un sitio muy inhóspito para eventos como el fútbol, como el mundial especialmente. Pero el dinero manda, y eso es lo que sucedió allí. Entonces, aquí vamos, en el 2022 a Qatar. Habrá que aprender árabe para ir allá. No me gusta ir a un país en donde la lengua es algo que no tengo ninguna conexión, ¿no? Por ejemplo, uno puede entender algo de italiano, de francés, hasta de alemán, inglés, por supuesto, pero el árabe es otra cosa, ¿no? Salam aleikum es todo lo que recuerdo ahora del árabe. Pero me imagino que habrá intérpretes. La lengua franca de este mundo para negocios y para eventos de este tipo es el inglés. Entonces habrán las tres lenguas que usan las Naciones Unidas, el inglés, español y francés. El francés ha perdido un poco de fuerza, pero todavía es la lengua de los diplomáticos. Va a estar interesante la competencia. Ahorita están todavía en eliminatorias para ver quién participa, cuáles países van al Mundial. Pero mucho antes del Mundial ha estado la competencia en Europa, UEFA. Y entonces, estas semanas hemos visto lo que pasó. Bueno, a ver quién ganó. Inglaterra. Inglaterra va a la competencia final. Ahora hablamos sobre eso. Italia también. Bien fuerte el equipo italiano, más bien joven. Creo que vimos una de las viejas estrellas, Cellini, pero en realidad es un equipo joven, como el equipo español. El equipo español joven y también jugaron muy bien, pero perdieron. No pudieron meter goles. Un juego muy bonito, unos pases increíbles. Si a usted le gusta el fútbol, es un partido que usted puede ver y divertirse mucho con el juego, no con el resultado, porque para España especialmente, pues fatal. Pero en este momento están celebrando en Italia y también en Inglaterra. Y este domingo es el juego final, el último partido de esta serie. A ver quién es campeón de la UEFA, el fútbol europeo. Que es en este momento es el fútbol que domina el mundo. Pues todavía, por supuesto, tenemos grandes equipos, grandes ejemplos de buen fútbol en Brasil, Argentina, Colombia. Pero, como ya vimos, pues Argentina eliminó a Colombia. Messi continúa marcando goles. Ronaldo no pudo salvar a su país. Portugal fue eliminado. Um, pero Messi, a Messi le va bien en Argentina y Argentina va a la final en la Copa América. Creo que es Argentina contra Chile, si no me equivoco. No, Argentina contra Brasil, perdón. Argentina contra Brasil, en Brasilia. Así que el público, el público va a estar ahí de parte, ya sabemos, de quién, de parte de quién va. Pero Argentina es un equipo muy fuerte y podría derrotar a Brasil allí en casa, que sería otra cosa histórica. Y sería histórico para Messi. Él está buscando todavía un scudetto de, de la Copa América. Bueno, eso por un lado en cuanto a deportes. Pero hay titulares, bueno, nacionales, titulares deprimentes, porque pues el tema principal de hoy es el ataque a los derechos civiles, el ataque a nuestro derecho al voto. Y eso es lo que está en peligro en este país. La democracia está en peligro porque por cualquier medio posible, los republicanos se han dedicado a disminuir el voto. Ellos saben que no pueden aumentar el número de adeptos, no pueden conseguir más votos. Entonces, el modo de ganar es que la oposición tenga menos votos. Para que eso ocurra, entonces hay que cambiar un montón de cosas. No se puede votar por correo. No se puede votar en domingo. El asunto de ID, de identificarse para votar, yo no estoy tanto en contra de eso, pero es otro. Han puesto más y más trabas para esto. Se han deshecho de muchas de las cajas donde la gente puede votar, no quieren votar por correo, están tratando de impedir el voto por correo. Y una cosa que parece tan atroz, tan estúpida, tan en tu cara, así abiertamente adversaria, abiertamente un ataque a nuestros derechos. El decir que si hay gente haciendo cola, preparándose para votar, esperando votar, y están en un sitio de votación y hace un calor como el que hace hoy en Filadelfia, y ha estado más caliente todavía. Diga usted, un calor en el sur, entre la humedad y el calor, se siente como de 100 grados afuera, en la calle. Aunque no sea en la época de verano, en ciertas partes del país hace calor o hace frío. La gente necesita dos cosas: alimentos y agua, especialmente agua cuando hace calor. Pero algunas de estas leyes están prohibidos, está prohibido, de acuerdo a estas leyes, darles comida o bebida a las gentes que están esperando votar. Entonces, hagan la lista de todo esto, ¿no? No voto el domingo, no hay voto por correo, no hay cajas donde votar, está prohibido darle alicientes a la gente que está esperando votar, etc. Todo esto para disminuir el número de votos, sobre todo de las minorías blancas y los hispanos, sobre todo para eso. En Texas, eso es lo que está haciendo el gobernador. Y bueno, con ayuda de los líderes republicanos. Vamos a tomar una breve pausa aquí en Usa la Radio. Les habla Fernando Méndez, Dani Ramos controlando la máquina digital. Regresamos en un momento.
Greetings from the city of brotherly love. I am Fernando Méndez, host of the Roundtable. We invite you to listen to our discussion of the themes of the day when we bring you regional, national, and international news.
Bueno, amigos, estamos aquí de nuevo con su programa La Mesa Redonda. Les habla Fernando Méndez. Dani Ramos controlando la máquina digital. Bueno, estamos hablando sobre el fútbol y muchos otros temas similares, pero quiero traer a colación noticias más locales, del estado, de la ciudad, etc. From City and State. Estas noticias están en inglés. Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman continued pulling in cash from supporters during the second quarter of the year, raising a total of $2.5 million from April through the end of June. He was to be senator. And apparently a lot of people are trying to help him get there. He's probably better qualified than some of these ridiculous senators we see every day. Why is like somebody like Lindsey Graham, why does he survive there? Why? John Kennedy, another idiot. I mean, my God, the name. Anyway, when I heard the name, I was like, what? John Kennedy? In this week's Winners and Losers, DHS reaches an agreement with the Biden administration to continue issuing emergency SNAP benefits. A Scranton dentist and Trump associate is charged with groping a patient, and talking about winners and losers. A dentist and a Trump associate. Joint Secretary Kurt Topper, Representative Malcolm Kenyatta, and all of our panelists at City and State PA's 2021 Diversity Summit on Tuesday, July 27th. So it's a diversity summit. So City and State is invited. The half-the-day virtual conference will offer industry executives, public sector leaders, and academics dedicated to fostering business partnerships between the state and local government, prime contractors, and MWBEs. Find out what it takes to thrive in Pennsylvania's competitive procurement arena by connecting with key government agencies, contractors, and state and local representatives. So it's important. All this information that they're providing ahora debo decirlo en español, es una conferencia que da información sobre todo cómo conectarse con el gobierno. Si usted es un contratista en la construcción, si tiene algún negocio que lo conecte con el Estado, aquí están en esta reunión, ahí están explicándole cuáles son las agencias y cómo contactarlas, etc. Entonces tiene que entrar ahí, investigar. Entonces esto es el martes, 27 de julio, de 1 a 3:30 p.m. Es un summit, una reunión en la cumbre para ver cómo se hacen conexiones con el Estado. Muy importante. El gobernador Tom Wolf ayer dijo que es una desgracia para la democracia que un legislador del Estado, increíble, está tratando de lanzar otra vez lo que él llama una investigación forénsica sobre las elecciones del 2020, las elecciones presidenciales según la Associated Press. In English now. Governor Tom Wolf yesterday said it's a disgrace to democracy that a Republican state lawmaker is trying to launch what he calls a forensic investigation of the state's 2020 presidential election. That's from AP. Okay, so this is not a surprise. It's a continuation of what we have seen before. This is how it goes. And it's not only Pennsylvania. I just already mentioned Texas, Governor Abbott in Texas trying to do that. Similar things. And in Arizona and Wisconsin. But in Pennsylvania, Biden won. And that's what has these Republicans all upset about the vote in Pennsylvania, because they think they control everything. So they think, why is any Democrat trying to win statewide elections? So it really, well, you know what? One of my pet peeves is what's happening in Philadelphia. What has happened in Philadelphia since 1953, where only the Democratic Party has been in power. There's no Republican Party to speak of. My friend and colleague on this radio station, Drew Murray, he's trying to revive the Republican Party. He's not alone, but I mean, there's he and others, but it must be very frustrating. Even after the demise of Donald Trump, because he's gone, and he continues to make noise, and his supporters continue to believe that he's going to come back in August. That's like it sounds like a joke, except for the fact that these jokers are actually planning to do something. We saw a very suspicious group of them, QAnon perhaps, Proud Boys, who knows who they were. I think, but there were some of those marching into Philadelphia, and they were chased out. But they're trying to do that all over the country, trying to intimidate politicians, intimidate anybody who wants to defend the truth, anybody who wants to maintain our civil rights, anybody who doesn't support the big lie that Donald Trump won in 2020. So all this continues. That's why I spent 1 hour practically with my friend Cesar Galvez talking about this. Voter suppression and all the shenanigans that Republicans are up to in order to stop the vote. The essence of that problem for us is that it undermines our faith in government. It creates real chaos. You imagine this: these people all around the country will be marching on some undetermined date. It's probably already in the dark web. They know exactly what they are doing and when they are doing it and how they are doing it, because every day we see more and more evidence of how they planned the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. But these people are determined to attack the capitals of every capital around the country. So this is not a joke. These people are serious and determined It might be clowns, because I saw a whole bunch of them getting out of a truck. It looked like a clown car, carrying their flags and their. But we cannot just laugh at them. I think the Democratic Party has to organize a response to all the atrocities going on. They need to react to what the Republicans are doing before it's too late. Do not wait until the eve of 2022 elections or 2024. Prepare now. They are determined to get back Congress, the House. And there are only a few, 37, I think, 37 posts in dispute. And many of them are already guaranteed to be Republican positions. So the Democrats have to spend money and organize an effort to get things right. But voting rights should not be a partisan issue. It is a constitutional right. And that's where we need to focus our efforts. That's where we need to support those who are leading the way. Vice President Kamala Harris, announced that the DNC will spend $25 million to increase voter participation, to expand the vote, to counteract some of the actions of the Republican Party. I will tell you right away, it's not enough, not nearly enough. For the Republicans, that's pocket change. What they're doing around the country, 25 million is a drop in the bucket. Please. This is an effort that requires money. There's no question about it. Money to educate the public, to inform the public, to make everybody aware that this is a fight for our rights, a fight for our democracy, a fight to save this Constitution, this country that was founded by people who believed that we should all have equal access to the vote. Now, I know it took hundreds of years to get the votes for women, votes for blacks, but we have made great strides that I think the Republicans are trying to roll back, and that's why we had to fight. I don't understand this forensic investigation of the 2020 presidential election. Why? It was already certified. That's what the January 6th meeting was about in the Capitol of the United States, presided over by Mike Pence, with all these legislators present, all the people, Republicans and Democrats. They were there. They were there that day. And what are they saying now? Are they saying that it was a peaceful visit, like a tourist visit of the Capitol by these people who are members of QAnon and Proud Boys and the rest of them? They are determined to roll back our rights. Remember one thing, if they're going to spend 25 million, it's not enough. I'll give you one fact. People belonging to QAnon who believe all this stupidity proposed by QAnon are determined to put their people in power. They are planning to win elections around the country to influence how we shape the law. 25 million is not enough. So I want to take a brief pause here in Usa la Media. Estamos en la mesa redonda. Les habla Fernando Méndez. Dani Ramos controla la máquina digital. Regresamos en un momento.
Greetings from the city of brotherly love. I am Fernando Méndez, host of the Roundtable. We invite you to listen to our discussion of the themes of the day when we bring you regional, national, and international news.
Señores oyentes de USA la Radio, estamos aquí de nuevo con su programa La Mesa Redonda de Roundtable. Les habla Fernando Méndez. Dani Ramos controlando la máquina digital. Estaba hablando de esta investigación, this forensic investigation. It's a Republican ploy, that's what it is. They're doing forensic investigations over the country. They are still questioning the results of the 2020 election. All because of that orange orangutan in Mar-a-Lago who still pretends that he won the election, and they are following him. Well, something else from the state. Pressure is mounting for legislation that would open a 2-year window for child sex abuse survivors to pursue civil lawsuits against their abusers and the institutions that were aware of credible allegations, according to a report from the Pennsylvania Capital Star. Very important. We'll do this in Spanish also. All state K-12 students now have the option to repeat a grade this upcoming school year. But the deadline to apply is right around the corner, and many families are unaware of the opportunity. That's a report from WHYY. So if you are wondering what this report is about, check the website, WHYY. Todos los estudiantes de grado 12, nivel 12, los seniors, tienen la opción de repetir el año. Es muy importante, si usted está oyendo esto, todos los estudiantes de K-12, el último año de secundaria, tienen la opción de repetir el año, porque perdieron mucha información, perdieron mucho conocimiento que no se les pudo impartir por el asunto del COVID. Y ya sabemos que, a pesar de que muchos maestros, muchos profesores hicieron una gran labor, a pesar del virus, a pesar de COVID-19, que los estudiantes no recibieron una educación como debe ser. Entonces, tienen la oportunidad, si quieren repetir, de hacerlo. Pero ya se acerca la fecha donde van a cerrar esta oportunidad. Así, muchas familias no saben que esto existe. Este es un reporte de WHYY. Usted puede entrar a ese sitio web y averiguar de qué se trata el asunto. En todo caso, también esto puede estar en los informes de la ciudad, en los informes escolares del gobierno de la ciudad y de la directiva de las escuelas. Así que averiguar eso porque es importante. Y yo creo que eso se aplica a la mayoría de los estudiantes que perdieron este último año de escuela normal, como debe ser, que puedan repetir el año y darse otra oportunidad de mejorar su aprendizaje. Bueno, este es un servicio de USA la Radio, cortesía de WHYY. Bueno, noticias de noticias mundiales que no son tan optimistas, ¿no? Es una tragedia esto que está pasando en la ciudad con esto, los crímenes aquí, pero también hay crímenes internacionales. El crimen más grande acaba de ocurrir en Haití. Vamos a hablar un poco sobre eso. Pero echarle una vista a noticias de Billy Penn News. Second arrest in vigilante-style Fishtown protester beating. Philadelphia law enforcement has made a second arrest in the aftermath of a vigilante-style gathering that formed in Fishtown last June in response to a social justice protest. Police warned of looters, the group that took up bats to confront Black Lives Matter protesters, said they did so because police warned them. Billy Penn reported suspect is officer's brother. The person arrested this week for assault is the brother of a 26th District Philadelphia Police Department officer. The inquiry reports authorities say the 45-year-old man violently threw another man off his bike and onto the ground before repeatedly punching him in the head until his ear and face bled. The report from Aaron Moselle for WHYY. Violence, violencia con pistolas, violencia de todo tipo. El peligro, y este es un libro by Jonathan, I don't remember his name right now, but it's a reporter who wrote a book about how is Jonathan Rauch, and it was an article in the New York Times just a few days ago. He's written a book about the danger of what's going on in this country, because the people who believed that the election was stolen, who genuinely believed it was stolen from Donald Trump, because he keeps repeating it, because the leadership of the Republican Party has not stopped them from doing it, and in fact, they encourage it, that there is a tremendous danger of a civil war in this country. Wars happen when people cannot find a common ground, a way to establish a dialogue. In my conversation with my friend Cesar Galvez about this topic, I mentioned Obama's opinion on this subject, in which he addressed what he called epistemological differences, and is that the meaning of things. This is what they call, Rauch calls an epistemic crisis, meaning the following, to put it in other words, in more clear terms. It is impossible to talk to people who cannot understand the same language, the same principles, the same logic. So if there is no sense of how and what it means to know, what is knowledge, what is understanding, how do you know this? What facts are you basing this decision on? If you have nothing to back up your opinion, if we say it is daylight now, and you say no, it is night, we don't have a way to start a conversation, because you are not basing your opinion on the reality of what you see and what I see. If I say an elephant is a large animal, and you say no, an elephant is as big as an ant. You don't understand language. You don't understand opinion. You do not understand how you have to base your opinion on reality. So that's basically what this epistemic crisis that Obama and Rauch were talking about. It's a crisis of knowledge, what it means to know. How do you base knowledge on something? How do you explain things? How do you see the world? And that is the problem we have right now. Fact, Trump lost the election. Fiction, that people are defending and attacking our democracy. Fiction, Trump won the election. No, he didn't. And Biden is president. And January 6th is when the election was certified, in spite of the attack of these people who do not understand reality. That's the epistemic crisis that Rauch and Obama are talking about. Rauch is saying, because of that continuous stream of lies, people are confused. He called it a fire hose of lies. Imagine that. Un chorro de mentiras. Una manguera echando un chorro de mentiras, que eso es lo que hacen estas gentes. Y tanto repiten esta mentira que se convencen ellos de que es la verdad. Ahí es donde estamos en este momento. Esa es la crisis que estamos confrontando ahora. Porque esta gente, ya vimos, son capaces de violencia. Lo han comprobado, lo demostraron ampliamente. En este momento hay más de 500 personas que han sido arrestadas por el FBI que participaron en esa invasión del Capitolio. That is not fiction, that is reality. They invaded violently, breaking windows, breaking doors, threatening senators and congressmen. It's hard to believe that that is happening in this country, because we have just heard about what happened in Haiti. The poorest nation in all the Americas. Violent people, mercenaries, killed the leader of Haiti and injured his wife. We'll talk a little bit about that piece of news later. One thing that's right now is a disturbing event in Philly. All these people riding sidewalks and doing wheelies in the middle of the street. And the police have difficulty arresting them and confiscating them. They're out the following night, no matter what they do. So scooters legalized in Pittsburgh only. They're still banned in Philly. A Northwest Philly state rep spent the last 2 years trying to legalize e-scooters in Pennsylvania, with the goal of bringing them to his city. Now Pittsburgh is getting them first. Catch-22 situation. Scooters and specifically.
Greetings from the city of brotherly love. I am Fernando Mendez, host of the Roundtable. We invite you to listen to our discussion of the themes of the day when we bring you regional, national, and international news.
Señores oyentes de USALA Radio, estamos aquí de nuevo con su programa La Mesa Redonda. Les habla Fernando Méndez. I don't know what happened. My program was paused unexpectedly. Technology. I think my sound engineer has an itchy finger, and I guess he thought I was going too long, I suppose. Anyway, as an inside the ballpark kind of conversation. So I repeat again, in case you didn't hear it, all state K-12 students now have the option to repeat a grade this coming school year. The deadline to apply is right around the corner, and many families are unaware of the opportunity. That's a report from WHYY. Probably you can access that website and find out. Si usted quiere repetir el último año de secundaria, el K-12, usted puede hacerlo, pero tiene que llenar un formulario, hacer una petición, me imagino que es el school district, el distrito escolar, si usted quiere repetir, pero la fecha límite ya se acerca, el plazo límite, donde si usted no lo hace antes de esa fecha, va a perder la oportunidad. No nos dicen cuál fecha es, pero me imagino que debe ser pronto porque ya estamos en casi mitad de julio y en septiembre comienzan las clases. Es muy importante porque, como ya sabemos, como resultado del virus, del COVID-19, muchos estudiantes se vieron afectados y no aprendieron algo muy básico y necesario para continuar sus estudios en la universidad, o por lo menos si han recibido un grado de secundaria, un high school diploma, que por lo menos que represente que usted sabe suficiente para haber recibido ese diploma. So be alert if you want to repeat K-12, you can do it, but apply early. So, as I said in the last segment, there's a little bit of what's going on in Haiti. Not quite sure what transpired there, but it's disturbing. This is what happened, and I'm going to read the press release, an article actually. Jovenel Moise, president of Haiti. Foreign hit squad killed Haiti's president, police say. A group of 28 foreign mercenaries, including retired Colombian soldiers, assassinated Haiti's president, Jovenel Moise, earlier this week, police say. After a gun battle in the capital, Port-au-Prince, 17 were detained. Some at the house they were using, others after entering Taiwan's diplomatic compound. So they were going to hide in the embassy of Taiwan. 3 suspects were killed by police and 8 are still being sought. Bloodied and bruised, arrested suspects were shown in to the media on Thursday, along with a slew of seized weapons. It is still unclear who organized the attack and with what motive. The attack took place in the early hours of Wednesday when gunmen broke into the president's home in Port-au-Prince, shooting him dead and wounding his wife. Mr. Moisey, 53, was found lying on his back with 12 bullet wounds and a gouged eye, according to authorities. Martin Moisey, 47, was seriously wounded and is in stable condition after being flown to Florida for treatment. Seized weapons and passports, police said the hit squad included mainly Colombians, along with 2 Haitian Americans. Found in the suspect's possession were firearms, sets of US dollar bills, the president's personal checkbook, and the server that held surveillance camera footage from his home, the Nouvelliste newspaper reported. Taiwan confirmed that 11 of the suspects were arrested after breaking into a courtyard at its compound. Angry civilians had joined the search for the gunmen and helped police track down some who were hiding in bushes. The crowd set fire to 3 of the suspects' cars and destroyed evidence. We Haitians are appalled. We do not accept it, one man told Associated France Press agency. We are ready to help because we need to know who is behind this, their names, their background, so that justice can do its job. Police Chief Leon Charles called for calm, saying the public should not take the law into their own hands. At the news conference on Thursday, police showed reporters Colombian passports. Foreigners came to our country to kill the president, Mr. Charles said, as the suspects that sat on the floor behind him in handcuffs. Colombia's government has confirmed that at least 6 of the suspects appear to be retired members of its military. It has pledged to assist Haiti with its investigation efforts. The U.S. State Department, meanwhile, said it could not confirm if any of its citizens had been detained. However, U.S. and Canadian media are reporting that one of the dual citizens arrested, James Solange, 35, is from Florida and was a former bodyguard at the Canadian Embassy in Haiti. It's more and more interesting. Huh? Now it's Canada, the US, Colombia, Haiti. What are the connections? Anyway, and it was that they are saying the mission was to arrest President Jovenel Moise, not to kill him. A judge, Clement Noel, reported to Le Novelist. They intended, or they were supposed to, that was their mission, to arrest Moise, not to kill him. And I expand on this for a good reason. Because here we go. They did not succeed. But the January 6th insurrectionists, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to hang Mike Pence. They wanted to kill Nancy Pelosi. They had a list of people. And it's incredible that they wanted to kill Mike Pence. I understand Pelosi as a target, but Mike Pence was Donald's second in command. But apparently his followers, Trump's followers, believed that Pence was a traitor because he was doing his job. He was ready to certify that Trump lost the election. And that upset those people. How could they? How could Pence do that? How could he certify that Trump lost? Well, he did. That's exactly what he did. He certified that Trump lost. Well, it never ends. Now, on the same vein, civil rights met with the president. I saw Reverend Al Sharpton and Mark Morial from civil rights leaders who went to meet with the president. In the same context in which Vice President Harris announces that the DNC will spend $25 million to expand voter rights, voter education, trying to find legal remedies to the restrictions in legislatures around the country. Mark Morial said the following: when we see what is happening in this nation, we see an effort to impose a system of American apartheid. Wow. It's a serious accusation. Apartheid, as we know, is what rules South Africa. So, on that front and on so many other fronts, we're fighting to keep our democracy. Muchas gracias por su sintonía en el día de hoy. Estamos en la mesa redonda. Dani Ramos controlando la máquina digital. Les habla Fernando Méndez. Los esperamos hasta la próxima.
Greetings from the city of brotherly love. I am Fernando Méndez, host of the Roundtable. We invite you to listen to our discussion of the themes of the day when we bring you regional, national, and international news.